Well,
Okay.
let's let Wave go first, since he saw it before.
Okay. Holy fuck, how long is this recording going for anyways? 2 hours, 15 minutes. Oh, that's gonna be fun to save. Anyways. Boy. Well, that in the movie's 2 hours long. Okay. Try Future is an absolute disappointment. Am not pissed because what I wanted did not happen in this movie. I am not angry because it didn't go my way. I am angry at the fact that as a finale to this series and as a continuation, it did not deliver. The story sucked. The animation was the only decent thing sometimes. The characters were absolute shit, and I guess it doesn't really matter if Thanos leaves or disconnects from Rabbit because, well, the movie's over anyways. The music is probably one of the only few things good about it anyways, but whatever. It was a fucking mess, and I'd argue even worse than movie 5. So many plot issues in comparison to the last movie. It's just all this time for this. And apparently this film was supposed to come out in June, might I add, not May. Not like it would matter much anyways, because the film was done, would be done months prior regardless. This movie pisses me off. It just, fuck. And I'll save my overall thoughts on Try for after everyone goes for this movie. So who
Are
wants
you
to go?
talking about for the review?
Well, I mean that and basically after everyone gives their thoughts on this movie, I'll give my overall thoughts on Try, and then like you guys can do the same if you want. So who wants to go next for their thoughts on Try? It's final movie.
I'll make this quick. This was boring. The ending sucked. I don't know why, but I've been watching a lot of crappy endings to stuff lately. So yeah, this really isn't helping my thoughts on on endings right now. But in seriousness, this movie was as boring. The characters all got hit with the idiot stuff at least 25 different times. Flashing of that giant bird lady makes me want to hit myself in the head with a hammer. And honestly, this movie did not amuse me. The only thing that amused me was the anime, was the transformation sequences, because that meant I didn't have to look at anything else in the movie.
Guess I'll go, since... alrighty. I've been trying to compose my thoughts, and I've been... Considering what's happened in this movie, I came up with a new quote to probably trump the other one. As an individual movie, without the pre-equals for context, up very well. There were a lot of points where they just pulled stuff completely out of nowhere, such as the Mekumon being able to be a storage device. Even with the explanation, it still doesn't make any sense. Light side to everything, I kind of get, but it doesn't really help. But putting it into connection with everything, Try movies, apologies if my memory is still a little foggy on that. There's a lot of distance between all these movies that is covered before we even get to see them, so it's hard to remember every single detail.
Yeah, apparently these were all supposed to come out every 3 months.
Yeah, some of them fell a lot longer. And then there's still a lot of unanswered questions, such as one of the obvious ones, what happened, who was that Dark Genai entity was he? Was he an extension of Yggdrasil? Because he seemed to be very fond of working for Yggdrasil. Even then, he doesn't have any full individual goals that make him stand out. They try to push him as, at first, him being a threat, then he was a comedic villain, then later in the movie they try to make him more of a psychological, which he doesn't deserve. O2 cast being saved, we still don't get to see them or interact with the rest of the original Digidestined. There are a lot of things I could cover, but I think it's time that I give a quote. Or Mon showed off so much they wanted me to kiss the moons.
Well, no, pretty much. I just want to forget the Troy movies. I believe they suffered my brain damage enough, and I'm glad that it's honestly over.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this plain and simple. The movie was boring, it was stupid, and yeah, the villain, I hate him, and I just wanna go into my corner and just sulk. That's all I have to say.
And then that leaves Try as a whole. I mean, I technically still have to review the movie, so I'm going to let you guys collect your thoughts if you have any on the overall series, because I'm going to be ranting a bit about this, so I'll give you time to collect your thoughts. When I first... basically I'm just going to give you guys time if you want to talk, or to collect your thoughts if you have any. When I first heard of Try coming into existence back in the day, I was legitimately excited. I, like many others, had an issue with the 02 epilogue, largely because a lot of the choices didn't make a lot of sense, and sure, I was kind of bitter that certain pairings didn't happen. Admittedly, this movie didn't really answer a lot of those, except for maybe Sora and Map, but that's beside the point. They barely answered those questions, and there was a potential. And sure, some things got further explained upon, like the original Digidestined, but at the same time, an argument could be made that those stories did not need to be told, in all honesty. Stuff like the original Digidestined could have easily been its own movie series, or it could have been just supplementary material, like a book or something. I didn't go into this expecting answers to the entire 02 epilogue as time went on, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized that if they really cared about the 02 epilogue or fixing some of the issues, they could have done that a long time ago with supplementary material or the like. So when I saw Try, I just thought of it as, okay, I'm willing to give this a chance. I want to see the adventure cast over again because of childhood nostalgia. But as time went on, it just got more and more frustrating to watch, and it was fun to riff these movies, absolutely, but as films themselves, and I noticed this especially when I had to review these films on my own, they weren't fun as time went on. The first one may have been decent, but everything else before that just... No, I did not have a fun time with that. And this final movie just bugged the living hell out of me. It wasn't because things didn't go my way, it was because as a film itself, it left me severely disappointed. And it's frustrating because I expected better. If it's supposed to be targeted towards adults, they deserve better, and they have gotten better. They have Tamers. They have literally every other Digimon movie. They have animated movies up the wazoo to watch over Try. That is why, when I review the final movie, I'm going to be recommending a bunch of these films because fact of the matter is, if something like this is pissing me off, why on earth should I support it? And that's exactly what I'm not going to do. I'm not buying the remaining dubs. Flat out, I refuse because I would be supporting something that I flat out despise. It is a trait I fucking hate. It is something I despise. Try was doomed from the fucking start because it decided to not go the length of an average Digimon series. They decided to have a lot of padding and shit. They decided to have an abysmal story that makes the Adventure 2 story, even though a lot of people didn't like it, look better by comparison, and the ending makes Adventure 2's, despite how problematic it was, look better by comparison because of how poorly fucking written it is. I may not be as angry with this property as I would be with if Pokemon had it, which is why I was angry with when I Choose You had similar elements. But as a casual fan who grew up with the original series back in '99, I am outraged. I am furious to see something I grew up with be treated this fucking poorly. Fans deserved better, they have gotten better with other Digimon series, and Adventure Try deserves to fucking rot. Growing up, yeah, one of the main fucking themes of this series, I have, long ago. There is better crap out there for me, and I would be watching those instead, because, spoiler alert, there are rumors that they're doing a sequel series to Try, and I will not be supporting it. You want to do that fucking sequel? Show that you fucking care about the property. Does anyone else have any final thoughts for Try?
I think you just broke my mind for us.
I've got nothing to say.
Pretty much everything.
I kind of want to say something, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Similar to you when I heard about Try being a thing, I thought, hey, this might be cool. Because Digimon, like most people, the first series I saw was Frontier, and I like that season fight me. And I binge watched Adventure 1 somewhere like 7 or 8 years ago. So I honestly liked it. There were ups and downs, but I liked everything. So I heard Try, oh, this is really nice. Watching Try some bit of my own, the rest with you guys, because clearly I cannot have it, and clearly I need other people to help me to make an opinion sometimes. I've kind of just honestly noticed that Try is...
This is now not the 6th movie that we're talking about. I'm now going to just give my opinions on Try as a whole.
Yeah, go ahead.
I grew up both as a fan of Pokemon and a fan of Digimon. Each one, I really didn't care which was better. I was a kid having fun. first heard about Try, I really didn't know what to think. Hope was that when it came out, that hopefully it would be good. Throughout the past 2 to 3 years that the group watched these films, began to slowly decline and decline until finally either our anger ran out and turned into apathy. In my opinion, one of the biggest flaws that they put in was they tried to do too much. Really, I'd rather play the games than ever have to deal with Try again, because at least they respected the actual source material.
Alright, well, I guess that concludes this. I'll probably add some post narration if anything comes out when I'm editing the video. Alright. Oh, they stopped at Ultimate.
Wait, why did Aguma go Evo?
Gee, I wonder why! Seriously.
Around sleeping out.
You know what? If I do make a highlights reel, that's definitely going in.
Apparently they're trying to go with him being a psychological villain now.
He is not! No! No! You...
That's
Fuck
what
off,
they're trying to get across.
Fuck off, movie. You don't deserve that.